Mr. Fish. Ooh, that sounded awfully official and kind of 1984 spooky.
I updated Zoom because for all of you viewers and listeners, well, not listeners, but viewers at this point, we use Zoom to record the show, and I take out the audio file of the recording, trim it down, and then I upload it onto Dropbox for Ron to load into the audio player. But anyway, we use Zoom to record, and usually you would just hit record on this computer and you just carry on with your day. Now, with the new Zoom update, apparently a robotic voice tells you, recording in progress. I'm like, oh, thanks. I wasn't expecting that. It's an honor. So now I'm going to have to figure out a way to get rid of that because that's going to be hella annoying when
Because
we're
it's well, think about it from my point of view. I already hear voices in my head. Now you're going to add a fifth or sixth voice in my head? That's not.
of a woman at that. Another woman to nag at you.
Ugh.
Do you
That's
really
why.
want that?
That's why I wouldn't be in favor of polygamy. I don't need more than one.
Endless blah, 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 blah. No, you don't need that.
No, maybe a deaf woman. Two deaf women. That would be great.
Yeah, but they still make
Ooh.
sounds.
Yeah, but it sounds. Sounds I could deal with. It's the words. It's so many words. So many
All
words.
right, whatever. You're so terrible. Oh my gosh, how are we even doing this show together? I love that.
My wife made me this, but I think I'm going to go to the our new sponsor, Romica. Is it Romica? What an awful name for a company. Romica.
Well, I asked because I was like, okay, so I figured the Romika was Ro for Ron, me for Misty, and Ka. I was like, I was trying to remember Ron's daughter's name. So he replied earlier this week was saying Katie. So it's the first two letters of each of their names.
It sounds like a
That's my
stripper I
answer.
dated in college.
I don't think Mrs. Fish wants to necessarily hear about your exploits when you were but a young fish.
Guys, put your hands together. Coming to the stage, Romika.
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 Uh,
It sounds
something.
very. It's when you say it, it sounds like very salsa spicy. When I'm thinking it, I'm thinking like exotic from across the continent.
That's because I say it with my accent. I put the emphasis on the R, so it's like Romika.
Yeah, I'm thinking something dark.
Okay, whatever. Are you ready to launch this show
Oh yeah, that
before
too.
before the popcorn ends up popping from like under that?
Well, I was just, yeah, I feel like a can of Jiffy Pop. Go ahead.
All right, and away we go in three, two, one.
Rocky. 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 Okay, well, here I am. I'm in the thinking zone and no Rocky. Guess I should, I get to sit in the big chair and start the show. Maybe she'll show in a few minutes. Welcome to Room 13. We are broadcasting from the Critical Thinking Zone. You can always find us on the major podcast platforms and on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Mojo50, Odyssey1.com. And you can find us on the socials at Room 13 Show, at Rocky with an I, and at The River Fish. Hey.
Fish. I'm here.
Hey.
I'm here.
You just made it. I was just talking to the great thinkers of the Oney audience.
You mean the Coppens and Oney audience, right?
No, this $20 bill Oney gave me says otherwise.
Because I suppose $20 is $20.
Right.
A question. How did you get in here? Because Andrew forgot to leave me the key, and I was waiting for David G to let me in, and what is that on your head?
I came through the window.
The window? What is this, an episode of Boy Meets World or something? So that reminds me of that Beatles song. She came in through the bathroom window.
Yeah, It's definitely an and something.
And can you please explain the hat for me?
Ooh, it's my critical thinking hat.
It's made of tinfoil.
So they don't hear my thoughts.
They, oh my gosh, I'm gonna hit the music.
The Greys will hear my thoughts.
I don't know. From the Blues Brothers, only one of them is left, so I don't know if he can hear your thoughts from the beyond. But he might.
He's got a truckload.
He's got a truckload.
What you got?
He's gonna give it to you.
So don't worry.
Don't worry.
'Cause I'm coming.
See, I think
I'm a
he.
soul man.
I think that they may be after you after all, especially if he said that he's coming. Anyway, hello everyone. We are Room 13. You can normally hear our show on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am Rocki with an I. That over there, well, he took off his tinfoil hat. That is Mr. Riverfish, the Mojo Riverfish. We try our darndest to just be funny, talk about life, everyday things. Fish has a lot of stories, which are very interesting indeed.
When you say it like that, it sounds weird.
Well, no, not that it's weird. It's just that your special fish adventures are world renowned at this point. I think that everybody just listens to the show just so that they can hear what other catastrophe have you stumbled upon during the course of a week. We avoid politics, so if you wanted some hard-hitting, deep, thoughtful, and insightful views on current events, you're not going to find that here. But
Nope.
still, we hope that you tag along with us. It is Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we hope to lighten up the mood a little bit as we approach this holiday weekend because it is Memorial Day on Monday. So do you have any special plans for the weekend, Fish?
I'm working. I'm working. Today is the only day I'm actually home for the week. As of right now, if you're hearing my voice, it's Thursday, which means I already left and I'm on a 4 or 5 day road trip. So I won't be home until Monday or Tuesday, I think.
Not the fun family kind of road trip, but the work related road trip.
Yeah, this is the work related. This is like the third trip in a row where it's gonna be like 4 or 5 days where I'm just gonna be bumming it in a hotel room and living out of a cooler and fast food. Fun.
I don't know that that's what they call fun. That's not the kind of getaway that I would hope for you.
You're doing something fun this weekend. I know you're doing something fun.
I am.
I talked to Batman Hubby. Batman Hubby said you're going somewhere cool.
Yes, we are going somewhere. My husband and I both work 2 jobs, and I have been doing it for over 3 years. He's been doing it for over a year now, and we really haven't had the chance to have a break. So I took a day off from job number 1, and I took the weekend off of job number 2, and we are going to go to the beach. We are going to go to the other side of the Florida Peninsula, to the Space Coast. We're going to be in Cocoa Beach, and we're going to be there. We're leaving tomorrow, Friday, probably no later than 2. We want to make sure that we beat the traffic, especially for those of you who have visited Florida. You know the I-4 corridor and how horrible it gets. So my goal is to be on the road as early as possible during the course of the day.
Is that the Gator Expressway?
No. Alligator Alley? No.
Yes.
No.
I've driven that.
Yes.
That is the
but
weirdest
no.
piece of
Yeah.
Jurassic Park expressway like traffic. And I say Jurassic Park because those freaking animals are flipping huge. I thought those animals were like extinct, but they're not. Anything that
No.
big should be extinct.
No. The stretch of I-4 that we drive on is basically the stretch that we would normally take to go to Disney. So it's halfway that, and then I forgot what the name of the rest of the road is. So driving from where we live to the Space Coast, it's going to take us about maybe 2 hours and 15 minutes. So we hope to, by the time that we get to Cocoa Beach, it's going to be time for check-in. So
Will the
timed it perfectly.
will the hubby do the smart thing and wear mirrored sunglasses? I've been to Florida. I've been to
Mm-hmm.
Miami Beach
Mm-hmm.
by myself for work purposes. I was in South
Mm-hmm.
Florida and enjoyed the scenery. And I've been to the beach with my family and with my wife, and I've learned the lesson. You wear the darkest shades possible, not because the sun's rays are so bright, but
You want to
because
make sure that you were not caught in the act, in flagrante delicto of
Delicto.
staring.
I just don't want
wanted-
anybody to see where my eyes are. That's
Yes, well, it's not despite the fact that nowadays if you have set foot in a beach somewhere lately, you've noticed that some of the swimsuit fashion has become more and more revealing. And I subscribe to the theory that just because they make it in your size doesn't mean you should necessarily be wearing it. And I'm not a stick figure. I acknowledge that my body has some challenges, but I try to play up my good features while covering, hiding,
I think the word is
working around the bad areas that need
You're-
a little bit more work.
you're curvaceous.
Yes.
Zofzig.
Yes.
Yeah,
Zoftig.
Zoftig.
Zoftig. Yes.
I'll go with my Eastern European roots.
That's German. Zoftig. And even though I'm not necessarily a fan of wearing swimsuits, I do try to wear things that look nice. So I'm still going to feel self-conscious being at the beach, despite the fact that everybody else at the beach, including chicks that are heavier than I am, are wearing two-piece swimsuits. And by two-piece swimsuits, I don't mean a tankini and a skirt. No.
You mean dental floss and an eye patch?
Yes. 2 eye patches.
We hope.
I, it must be a really big eye for some of these chickies. So I know that at the beach, no one really cares anymore, but I do. So it's not going to be my favorite part, but if no one else is caring, neither should I. So
See,
I'm going to go have fun. I'm going to spend some time with my family. My husband's family's coming along too, so we're looking forward to it. It's a bit of like a family vacation kind of thing for the weekend. We will be coming back on Monday. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the relaxation. I'm looking forward to the not rushing to get home because I have to do ABC and I have to go work the next day. I don't have to worry about that.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to it. So
You're playing with the damn toy.
I blame you. I lay this blame solely and squarely on your shoulders. Fish sent me a text. When was it? Last Saturday?
Last Saturday, and I didn't send you the text. Mrs. Fish sent you the text. She happened to be using my phone.
Oh, Mrs. Fish. Mrs. Fish sends me. I'm going to ask
She
Mrs.
will
Fish
verify
later.
this. Call her later.
Okay, all right. I receive a text from who I believed was one Mr. River Fish showing me, and if any of you aren't watching on Facebook or YouTube, it is this silicone tray, if you want to call it that, and it has these little bubbles on it. And this is a sensory toy for kids who use fidget toys and things like that. And because my daughter is autistic, we've tried to give her fidget toys and weighted blankets with toys to keep herself entertained with. And they only work for a little bit, but then she goes back to playing with whatever she's used to playing with because that's just what she does. But Fish says, "Oh, you should try this for your daughter because your wife, point here is she is a special education teacher aide. Is that correct?"
Yeah, it's a good description.
Okay. So she works with special needs children, and some of the children that she has worked with have played with this doohickey, and they like it a lot. Well, I ended up going on Amazon and ordering a package of 3 for the price of $20, same as downtown. And it arrived today, and I give it to my child, and my child grabs it, and without me telling her anything, she starts popping the bubbles.
There is something uniquely because my daughters are 17, almost 15, and 13.
Mm-hmm.
They are not special needs children, although
Mm-hmm.
I would disagree with that assessment some days because there are some days, and I'll tell you a story a little bit that would make you wonder. They're my girls, and they all have one, and they just sit there in their little chairs and just pop, 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 pop with a chair, and I'm just like, what do you do? But there's a satisfying feeling about just popping the bubble
Yes.
down and popping the bubble up, popping the bubble up, and I'm like, this is just so simplistic.
Because you want to know what I realized when I first took it out of the package, it reminded me of when you play with
Bubble
the bubble wrap. Yeah.
I love bubble wrap.
Only that with these, because you can flip the bubble around, you have to flip the bubble around and then you turn it over. And when you pop it down, it makes the noise. That's so satisfying. And so, it's a great stress relief because what do we all do when we see a package of bubble wrap? We immediately start popping it and our stress just melts away. So even if you're not someone who's looking for a fidget toy, it is a great stress reliever. This is a new stress ball.
If you're looking for one, guys, go to Five Below. If you have a Five Below by you, it's in the toy
Mm-hmm.
section. It's on the end cap. It's $5.
It's $5.
It's
If you want to also order it through Amazon, you can order it through Amazon. It comes in different shapes. It comes in different colors. This one is roughly about the size of a waffle. Yeah, it's about the size of a waffle, a frozen waffle at that.
it's my girls are usually hopped up on caffeine because they like Starbucks and whatnot. And except for the one daughter who loves APR coffee drops and
Yes.
has a small addiction problem, which really isn't a
Mm-hmm.
problem because I like where the money goes. And yeah, they love it. It's a
Mm-hmm.
best $5 to keep their mouths shut for at least 5 minutes, and
Yes.
it's a beautiful time. Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
What?
Guess who's got 2 thumbs and is sleeping with a college girl? This guy. Guess what my wife is doing?
She went back to school?
Yeah, she went back to college. She officially went back to school this past Monday. She's going to
Oh,
go
that's
back and get her
awesome.
degree. So it was the best way I
In
could tell you the story.
special education, or was she?
No, unfortunately, she's already done 2 years of college. She did 3 years of college, never got the degree.
Okay.
And over this whole little pandemic, I kept talking to her about, hey, we live in New York, and at least one good thing is college is free up here.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you go flipping back?
Take advantage of it. Yeah.
Take advantage of the system. Here's the system. Let's play the game. And she started exploring it and trying to figure out, what degree she could, with, because it's just I want to see her with that piece of paper. I
Mm-hmm.
want her to get that chance to walk across the stage. I want my girls to see her walk across that stage. I want that experience that they can see mom up there earning the degree, even though she's 40. So she
It doesn't
finally found
matter. It still is an accomplishment.
it is. So she finally found the degree that would be the least amount of resistance to go get.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I thought was cool that I was really pushing for her to do,
Mm-hmm.
since she works with autistic kids, and
Mm-hmm.
autistic kids primarily communicate using sign language,
Yes.
she's taking a bunch of sign language courses. So
Very
she's going
good.
to walk away with a bunch of sign language education. She's going to graduate with a fine arts degree, which I'm like, eh. But the sign language she's going to walk away with, being able to communicate with the students she has to work with in a way that none of the other aides can actually communicate with.
Mm-hmm.
flippin' just priceless.
Not just that, but
So
that opens the door to so many things because like any person who is fluent in more than one language, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Spanish or Portuguese or whatever other popular languages out there. Sign language is one of those languages that may be a little bit more challenging to learn because, there's American Sign Language and I'm sure there's different translations of sign language, but because not a lot of people know it, she would become an asset pretty much anywhere because she could translate for people in other circumstances, in other lines of work, not necessarily in teaching.
well, I even keep telling her, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, when they keep doing assessments of, the teacher's aides, I'm like, you
Hmm.
automatically rise to the top of every list.
Hmm.
I'm like, so when they do cutbacks, I'm like, you are the least likely to get cut. Maybe you don't have the seniority. I'm like, but your skill set makes you
Hmm.
indispensable.
Yes.
So she went back. She's very excited. She's got to take American history, which I'm excited for her to take because
Yes.
I'm a nerd. And
But at the
she's
same time, I know we said we weren't going to talk about politics, what kind of American history are they going to teach?
I don't know. And that's why I asked her. I'm like, because there are
It is
so
the
many
state of New
different
York.
I know, I know. There are
I'm
so many
just
different
saying.
levels of American history, and I kept quizzing her. I'm like, "Are you taking colonial? Are you taking revolutionary?" I'm like, "Are you taking modern day?" I'm like, "Where?" And she doesn't know yet. She
You
might
may.
know, and she
Hmm.
might be not telling me just because she knows what kind of jerk I am. So we'll find out shortly because she'll be getting the homework soon.
Well, good. Good for her. Good for her. I'm proud of her, and I'm happy that she's going back to school to finish her degree or get her degree. Um, it's a lot of work. Is she going to have the opportunity to do some coursework online?
Majority of it's online, which is good
Okay.
because she works full
Mm-hmm.
time, I work full time. The campus is 5 minutes down the street, so it's kind of cool. So yeah,
Yeah,
majority of it's online
some
though.
some classes, some classes she's probably going to be better off going in, or even if it is that they meet, is it going to be like a not a fast pace? I'm trying to an
Accelerated.
accelerated program where they meet, each quote unquote semester is like 10 weeks or something like that, that they can meet in a classroom, like say every other week or something like that.
Have no idea. I just know the one course, the American Sign Language course, is definitely an in class
Yeah, that one will have to be
class.
in person.
But everything else is online. It's all online.
Good, good.
So
I'm very glad. I'm very glad that she has gone back to school. I really am.
the brag
It's
the bragging
I
point is I'm
mhm.
now sleeping with a college girl.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
I'm so happy.
So, have you done any shopping trips lately?
Ooh. Yes, and I lost completely. I lost. The 14-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I have three girls.
Well, that's your mistake there. The 14-year-old. You should have left it at that.
The 14-year-old is the scariest one. She's my
Mm-hmm.
scary daughter. She is wicked smart. She has a 98 overall average. Her
Mm-hmm.
lowest grade is like a 96. She's like wicked smart.
Mm-hmm.
It's just scary, but she has daddy's personality
Oh boy.
and daddy's sense of humor and daddy's temper.
Huh.
We get along very well though. It's a very nice relationship we have. So the other day I was home for the first time and we went shopping. I took her to the plaza. We did some clothes shopping. We bumped around, hit store to store. We had lunch together. We shopped for clothes. We shopped for outfits, sporting stuff. We bought more stuff for our home gym. So it was very cool. We're having this
Mm-hmm.
great time. And we're getting to the end of the plaza. And I'm like, okay, I think we're done. And she looks at the end of the plaza and then she looks down at her phone. She's like, hold on. And she starts texting somebody. I'm like, who are you texting? I'm like, we're having a day together. She's like, I just gotta ask mom something. I'm like, I'm I'm a parent too. Ask me. I'm like, I'm right here. She's like,
Mm-hmm.
you can't handle this. And I'm like, now it's on. Now I'm offended. Now I'm hurt. And now I'm intrigued. I'm like, I can't handle something. I'm 44 years old. I have four children. I
Mm-hmm.
think I've been through enough. I think I can handle anything. I'm like, lay it on me. She's like, no, you're not ready for this. I'm going to go to mom for this, which in my head is the words of, I'm going over your head. I'm going to talk to your supervisor. So I was kind of offended. I'm just like, no. I'm
So
like,
she kind of went Karen on you.
yeah. And I'm like, put the phone down. I'm like, what are you asking? She's like, well, I need one more thing and I don't think you want to do it. And I'm like, I've gone bra shopping. I've gone pants shopping. We've looked at dresses, fitting rooms. We went to lunch. I'm like, I can handle anything you got. She's like, no, you can't handle this. And I'm like, yes, I can. I'm 44 years old. I'm a private investigator. I've been through a bunch of different crap. I'm like, I can handle anything. What do you got? And we're staring at each other. We're having this whole little like Wild West.
It's a standoff.
Eye to eye. There's a sunset behind me. You can hear
It's a
crows in the background.
Tumbleweeds
Tumbleweeds are
rolling.
going across. You could hear the whole little
Drop of sweat coming from your forehead.
yeah. And I'm just like, and I'm like, draw, go ahead, draw. And she's like, fine. And she puts her phone and she never loses eye contact with me. We're eye to eye. And she puts her phone back under what would be her holster, actually her pocket. She's like, let's go. And she grabs me by the hand. I'm like, okay, where are we going? We walk into Walmart. I'm like, okay, I don't understand what we're doing yet. I'm like, but okay, let's go. And we walk down the main aisle. I'm like, okay, walking down an aisle. We're walking to health and beauty. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't know where this is going, but I don't like it. And she turns down the aisle that I never, ever, ever go down because I don't like this aisle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 2 lanes on either side. It's the same product in different colors and different sizes for different purposes of different quality, different needs and different sizes, all of which I know exist, but in my mind, I don't know they exist because I block it out. We don't talk about this part of anybody. I have 3 girls. I have a wife. I know they need this, but in the same regards, I don't want to know, and I just pretend it doesn't happen. It's just
You mean that Mrs. Fish has never sent you shopping for feminine care products? I know this isn't necessarily topic for Thursday afternoon, but
she's tried. She's tried, and I say no. I say nay. Doesn't happen. My daughter trapped me. And she tricked me.
Some things should be left a mystery, but you asked, so you did that to yourself.
I got caught and she called my bluff. She took me in the aisle and she's like, okay, Dad, hold on. I know I have coupons. And this was all part of an elaborate ruse by her. I know it was. In one hand, she's got her phone and she's scrolling. I think she's scrolling. I don't think she was. I have a coupon. I'm going to find the coupon. Just find me. And she starts naming off the brands and different colors she's looking for. And she's being very loud in the aisle. Dad, the one up there. Get the tampon up there. And she keeps saying tampon really loud. No, Dad, the tampon over there. The tampon to your right. Go to your right. No, Dad, your other right. Get that tampon. No, the one for heavy days. The heavy days. I'm like, I don't want to know. I just don't want to know. Do I have to touch it? Why do I have to? No, Dad, I want the purple one. Not that one. That one's cardboard. That doesn't feel good.
Not that purple. That's lilac. That's two different colors, Dad.
Dad, look what that's made out of. Would you put that in you? I'm like, oh my God, no, I don't want to know.
And since you don't want to know, I'll tell you some more during the break so that you understand the differences. But this is Room 13 filling in for Critical Thinking. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
It was awful. It was the worst 15 minutes of my life. And she let me just go up and down the aisle. Nope, not that one. Nope, the one up there. Nope, get that one over there. Nope, I don't want that one. Nope, put that one back, Dad. And she kept saying tampon over and over again. And I'm just like, stop saying that word.
Stop saying the T word.
I don't want to hear it.
Now, see, to me, I've never sent my husband to run that errand for me. Not because I don't trust him, because I can send him just a picture of the box. Like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. And if you can't find it, that's okay. But I usually buy like the super mega pack of the size that I need. And by the time we'll like just buy it at Walmart where they have like the big like 30 something box, and it lasts me, like at least 2.5 months, 3 months, depending on what happens. Plus I always put some in my purses, whatever purse I have in the house, whether I'm using it currently or not, there's always at least 2 of those items in the little pocket, because you never know.
I never
Plus,
knew.
I keep some at work. I keep some at my desk at work because you never know. And you never know if someone that you know is going to need one. So
Oh,
there's
it got
always
funny.
one.
My daughter, she's me. She's a little me because she just kept driving. Dad, do you see? And I want to mention this on the show when we go back on air. Do you see the glow in the dark ones? They have glow in the dark ones. It's like mini lightsabers. It'll be so much fun. And I'm like,
Just
oh.
punking you.
They have different flavor ones. Flavor? Why are you putting it in your mouth? Well, scented ones, you know.
No, I don't know.
I don't. Why are you doing this? I got this bead of sweat going down my forehead, and I'm like, oh.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I definitely want to mention that.
And that, Fish, is why there's a difference between a liner and a pad. So there's different uses for them. So now you know. But I hope you learned your lesson after that.
I learned so many things because I'm in the aisle and there's my daughter, my little mini me. This is the curse. You know that curse your parents put on you? I hope you have a kid that's just like you. Yeah, God gave me 4.
For use.
And the little mini girl, my 14-year-old girl,
Yeah.
is daddy just pretty and in female form? Because there I am in the aisle. Dad, do you see the glow in the dark ones? The glow in the dark ones are so much fun. It's like having lightsabers. We could do Star Wars. I'm like, why? They have flavored ones. Flavored? Why are you putting that in your mouth? Who's going to test that? Whose job is that? She's like, well, not flavored, scented. And I'm like, again, why? I don't want. Who is sniffing these? Do you know you could put those in your nose if you get a bloody nose? Oh, Dad, if you get a bloody nose next time you have an accident because, you're fish, we could put them in your nose. And I'm like, no. Oh, we'll find the glow in the dark ones. I could be Rudolph for Christmas. It'll be a lot of fun. So it was just guys, if your daughter says, I don't think you're ready for this, take my word for it.
Believe them.
You are not ready for this.
Believe
there
them.
were people. You could hear people giggling in other aisles. It was awful. This is the first time I've actually been gotten. I'm usually the one being the jerk. I'm usually the one being obnoxious.
That was revenge.
My wife found out about this. I thought she was going to pee herself. She turned red. Her eyes started to water. Her shoulders kept on shaking. And I'm like, oh my God, she's going to lose it. She thought it was hilarious. She actually walked over and hugged my daughter. Like, not a quick little hug, too. It was this long embrace of.
It was an atta girl. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
I've been putting up with this bullshit for 22 years, and you finally did it to me. Thank you.
She's picking up the baton from your wife.
There was this moment there. She's like, I love you. You are my favorite.
You're my favorite. Exactly.
Speaking of our favorite.
Yes. So here at Room 13, we try to feature nonprofits every month. We try and choose a different nonprofit organization every month to make sure that we feature those organizations that could use a little love that aren't necessarily the big, well-known ones because, well, they all get their money, A, and B, sometimes that money goes to administrative costs and things like that instead of actually helping people. So this month, we have chosen Trek Federation as our nonprofit of the month. So trekfederation.com is a 501c3 organization. It was established in 1984. They have chapters all around the world. They help people in need. They're based in the U.S. out of Huron, Ohio. They coordinate all of their assets of all their chapters to dispatch volunteers, to render aid and supplies to areas where there are victims in need of any kind of assistance. During the beginning periods of the pandemic, they assisted schools by providing meals to children who would have ordinarily gotten meals from the schools, and they also provided clothes to people in need during that time. So, as I said, we are featuring Trek Federation for this month. You can go to www.trekfederation.com. Pringles the Tribble is sleeping, and what I mean by that is that if you go to trekfederation.com, not only can you donate to their organization, you can also visit the shop, the Federation shop, and purchase many, many things, among them tribbles, because who doesn't want a tribble? And yes, it vibrates and coos for your pleasure. And I received one from one Mr. Russ Haslage, who is the head of the Federation, and he also runs Odyssey Network, which is our sister network, part of the Cuddle Me Buff umbrella. And so we had a naming contest, and I selected the very appropriate name of Pringles for the Tribble, for my Tribble. And so my Tribble is sleeping right now.
It is the coolest little toy. I mean, I'm not a
It
Star
is.
Trekkie. I mean, I like Chewbacca, and I like the Ewoks, and I don't remember the Tribbles being in it. But what?
Wrong. Separate. Those are two separate things. Just no.
I don't understand.
Let me handle that, and let me finish this spot. So, like I said, go to trekfederation.com, donate, and purchase things for yourself and for others. That's www.trekfederation.com, trekfederation.com.
Do they have lightsabers?
Fish, no.
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 Well, what do they have in the store? Just Tribbles.
They have Star Trek memorabilia.
I know,
They
but I just
have-
named two different things. Did they have the
No,
Millennium Falcon?
No, that's a different thing. That is a different. Please do not start World War III. Okay.
I don't understand.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Could you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Could you go out into the hallway and get my laptop, and I'll cover the APR read before we go into the dad joke segment?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Hey guys, Father's Day is coming up on June 20th, and we have the best gift idea thanks to our friends at American Pride Roasters. We are proud to announce that we have partnered with APR Coffee to create a limited time blend called the Room 13 Dad's Joke Coffee Blend. The geniuses at the APR Coffee Administration have combined a full city roasted Rwandan and Ethiopian beans for the best cup of coffee Dad can have, all while he prepares the highest quality, cringeworthy knock-knock jokes for his family and friends. Because this is a limited time offer, it will only last until Father's Day, June 20th, and it's $16 a pound. But our friends will give you a discount the more coffee you buy. So make Dad the happiest man on earth. Get him some APR coffee along with his new grilling utensils. And please, it's just you and me, right? It's just while Rocky's out in the hallway, it's just me and you. I'm begging you. Could you just buy some coffee? Dave said if we sell enough coffee, he'll burn all those naughty pictures he has of me. So just buy some coffee. Buy some coffee, please. Please. And now the dad jokes.
Hi. Hey. I have your laptop, but I don't know why it was like all the way down the hall, like behind a plant. Like it looked like someone hid it there. Do you know who did that?
It must have been the mariachi band. It could have been the cleaning lady. I don't know.
Sure. So, yes, dad jokes. Usually during our show, we play a couple of dad jokes from some of our listeners. And today is going to be just like that. We're going to air a joke from our good friend Peter Seraphine. He is the host of Liberty Lighthouse, which you can hear on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Mojo 50.
Hello, Room 13. It's Peter from the Liberty Lighthouse. And since we're both on the Mojo 50 radio network, I have a radio-related dad joke for you. Did you hear about the two antennas that got married? Well, the wedding was terrible, but the reception was great. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm here every week.
He's here every week.
Yes, he is.
He's not wrong there. He's not wrong there. We have a joke from our good friend Lep. You can hear him filling in for Mike Phillip and American Up Radio on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Good afternoon, my friends at room 13. It's your favorite little leprechaun. Hey, I have a dad joke for you. Why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work. Have a great show, guys. Hey, don't forget you can catch Jamie and I live with Ain't You a Peach Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern on Facebook and YouTube. Peace out, friends. We'll talk to you again next time.
Yes, they do have a really fun show on Saturdays at 5 p.m. It's on YouTube, so you can catch it at any time. You can subscribe to their channel, Ain't You a Peach? On
You can still
YouTube.
download it, can't you?
I believe that they're on Spreaker. Yes, I believe that executive producer extraordinaire Chris Branham uploads the episodes onto Spreaker, where you can just listen to the audio version. But you can go to the their Facebook page or YouTube page, and you can watch the video. They have their live chat on, so you can talk to them while they are live on air on YouTube doing the show, which is a lot of fun. I've participated in that.
Why don't we go live?
Because we're working.
We should do a live show one day. I mean, one of these days we could coordinate our. Ooh,
coordinate our schedules.
I know a certain host that's taking off in the month of June.
Mm-hmm.
And if we could coordinate our schedules, we could go live and do a 2-hour live. No,
it's not going to happen.
Oh.
Especially now during the summer. Not going to happen because the kiddo's going to be home from school. She's got extended school year in the mornings, and then the rest of the time, she's going to be home.
Could we lock Brad and Ron out of their studio and we could take over the Daily Mojo?
No, not this time. Not this time. We have another joke by our good friend, the Knights Who Say Knee.
This is the Knights Who Say Knee. A blonde walks into work one morning. She sees her coworker Steve and says, TGIF. Steve has a puzzled look on his face and replies, NSIT. Ever more puzzled, the blonde replies, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Steve then says, NSIT. No, stupid. It's Thursday.
Okay, it's the first time I've laughed really out loud.
I heard that joke. I had to play it like 3 or 4 times because it was so good. I'm like, this is the very first time that I hear this joke. And it is absolutely amazing. Like literally bust a gut funny. So great, so great. And I have a special treat for you.
Oh, dear God.
We have a new junior executive producer who wants to compete against one junior executive producer extraordinaire, Ronan. This is Talon, and he is the son of one Dylan Lyles, whom I understand has been corresponding with you lately.
He's my new buddy.
Is he now?
Yes.
He now? I saved some voice messages for you that he left in our answering machine. Yeah, we're going to have to talk about this, and we're going to talk about it here in the open. But first, I'm going to play Talon's joke because he's really funny and super cute too.
Hi, Room 13. I'm Talon, Junior Executive for Defenders Live, and I have a joke for you. Why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing? In case they get a hole in one.
Oh, for me. Okay.
Come on, it's super, super cute. Go on now.
His delivery is perfect. I mean, he's got the whole little, and he introduces himself and what show he's from. And I'm like, wow, dude is like on point, like radio ready. And then he drops the dad joke, and it's kind of like, oh, his dad is doing his research for him.
Yes, yes. Speaking of his dad, I'm going to play something for you that I need you to explain to me because I thought I told you to cool it. Yet this continues.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Please enter your password.
Hey, Fish, Dylan. I was just seeing what you were doing. Trying to catch up with you. If you get a chance, give me a call back. All right, talk to you later, bud. Bye. Hey, Fish, Dylan again. I'm not sure if my messages were going through. I know my signal's kind of wonky out here where I'm at right now. I was just checking in to see if it had gone through or not. So, hope you get this. And when you do, give me a call back. Talk to you later. Bye.
A third message.
Hey, Fish, quick question. I noticed on the next challenge is going to be the wall sits. I know we're not supposed to use a chair, but is there anything against using a stool? You know, just in case I try and slip and fall. I don't know. I'm just trying not to break my tailbone and everything else. Just when you get a chance, give me a call back.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine what it's like to be a guy, Ladybug? Hey, Fish, it's Dylan. Real quick, what is an 8-letter word for exasperation, starting with A? I'm just drawing a blank here on this. I wonder if you can help me out. If you get a chance, give me a call back.
Is this what I do to you during the week?
No.
I feel like I do.
No,
This
because
feels kind of deja vu-y.
no, no. Usually, you have pretty good timing in that most of the time when you send me texts, I'm in between breaks. Or I'm away from my desk, so I'm okay to answer, except when I tell you, listen, I'm really busy right now. And that usually happens when we're trying to close the previous financial month. But I thought I told you to cool it a little bit with you, because he seems to be moving a little fast there, don't you think?
He's kind of needy.
I mean, I know Stephen and Dylan from way back when we used to be at another radio network. So I know that their friendship has withstood the test of time. But
As old as time.
mm-hmm.
To be fair.
So, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I hope that you do get a chance to return his phone calls. Because next thing I know, I'm just going to tell the front desk to defer all of our phone calls directly to your phone. This phone here is only for important phone calls and for dad jokes. So whatever bromance it is that you two have going on, please do not involve me.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
all right? Okay. I'm glad that
Okay.
we could get that. Son of a bitch if it's him.
Same by the... Oh, it could be Dylan. It's Dylan.
Son of a bitch if it's Dylan. I'm going to tell the front desk to shove the freaking... Hello, room 13. Oh, hey, it's Frank and PA. How are you? Oh, you have a dad joke. Sure, why not? How refreshing. Okay. Why do bicycles lean on a kickstand? Oh, man. I don't know. Why do bicycles lean on a kickstand? Because they're too tired. Oh, that's rather... Thank you. Thank you, Frank. Thank you so much for calling. You have a great day. Be safe out there on the road. Bye. Okay, well, that was better than I was expecting. But next time if I hear that phone ring and I pick it up and it's Dylan, I'm just not going to say anything. I'm just going to be like, here, this is for you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So
All right.
next up is What's in the News. And this time it is sponsored by our good friend Peter Serafin's new book. He has started a pre-release for his new book. It's a very short book. It's called So Simple Even a Politician Can Understand. Simple Ideas for Seemingly Complex Political Issues. If you want to know more, you can go to liberty-lighthouse.com to order yours today. So this is a pre-release order, a pre-order. I understand that he's going to keep the price points really low, but the proceeds go to help Peter, and he uses those funds to purchase pocket constitutions and hand them to people who ought to read them. And that's about as political as we're going to get for today's What's in the News. So
I'm definitely buying a book, but I'm going to drive to Pennsylvania,
mhm.
and I'm going to have him autograph it for me.
That'd be fantastic. But guess
If
what?
his lovely wife will let me hang out with him again, because
Yeah,
last
well,
time there was some shenanigans.
I should tell her that you have a history with one Dylan Lyles. You think Dylan would get jealous if you go over there?
Oh man.
Room
He's a
13
jealous
News. Hard-hitting, compelling, trustworthy, honest and caring, with Rocki with an I and the Mojo River Fish.
Welcome to Room 13 News. I am Rocki with an I.
And I am the Riverfish.
In breaking news today, a man from Wisconsin was arrested due to possessing a stolen calendar. He got 12 months.
Sorry, I like that one. In celebrity news, the Energizer Bunny was arrested when a scuffle broke out at a famous Los Angeles nightclub. He was charged with battery.
What a shame. He had such a promising career. And finally, local police are seeking a shoplifter who struck the Try and Save in the downtown area. He was tackled by the shopkeep who used his labeling gun as a weapon about the shoplifter's face before he escaped. Officers say they're seeking a man with a price on his head.
I love that one.
Yes. So, do you like your name, Mr. Fish?
My actual name or the
Your the name your mama gave you.
Not really. Not really.
Really?
I learned later in life I could have shortened it to something else. It caused me to get a very unfortunate nickname as a child because I had a little speech impediment and I pronounced it wrong.
Oh.
I could have shortened it to Rick, and I would have much preferred Rick, since Rick is the name of one of my favorite wrestlers.
Ric Flair?
Yes. I would have loved that. I would have milked that for everything.
It would have made some sense.
I would have gone to clubs with a sparkly robe on and wooed up and down the dance floor. But nope, I went by Eric, and I pronounced it wrong as a child. I pronounced it Arock, and for that, everyone called me Rock. And yeah,
is that so bad though?
It wasn't as cool until I was older, and then it still wasn't fun.
Old enough to understand it? Well, we're running a little bit out of time, so let's try and shorten this a little bit. So, a woman named Siri decides to write to Apple CEO asking for a free laptop after years of jokes.
Ooh, good play.
A woman named Siri has written to Apple CEO Tim Cook asking if she could have a free computer, explaining that he owed her after years of jokes about her name. Siri Halfso said that until 2011, she loved her name as she would be complimented on how unique it was. And she would watch people struggle to pronounce it after reading it for the first time. But all that changed when Apple introduced their digital assistant and named it Siri. And since then, Siri has had the most common name in the world. She's also had to endure years of jokes, and now she feels she is owed something in return. So she has written to the California-based company, to ask for a free computer. The letter, which Siri shared on TikTok, reads, "Hello, Tim. I'll get right to it. I have a favor to ask. You see, my name is Siri. Yes, Siri. And up until 2011, I was the kid who could never find their name on a keychain at the souvenir shop. I was a teen who knew when the nurses were about to call me because they would look at the clipboard in confusion, not knowing how to pronounce my name. I was the young adult who was always told, 'Your name is so beautiful and unique.' I think you can see where this is going. The rest of the letter is obscured, but on the TikTok video, Siri explains how she has had to endure years of jokes about her name, and she's hoping Apple will give her a computer for her 30th birthday, as that's her only wish. So the story goes on and on and on. Another user whose name, and I guess in the TikTok thread, or did she share it on TikTok? Yes, on TikTok. One user named Alexa replied, "As an Alexa, I totally feel your pain. Alexa, turn on the lights. Alexa, what's the weather? It never ends." And another added, "Just imagine hearing, 'Hey Siri,' just to see someone talking to their phone." So, I mean, I kind of understand her plight. Now, my name, for those of you who know what my name is. My name is Raquel.
You
That's
gotta
not
say it with the
Rocky.
roll the R.
Raquel. My name is Raquel. And
It sounds
wherever
spicy when you
I
do it
go,
like that.
yes, and wherever I go, I'm always the only Raquel. So when I was growing up, I never really liked my name. Like, I would always go by Rachel, to the point that my BFF Sully still calls me Rachel to this day. And I'll still answer to Rachel. But then moving here to the United States, whatever official document I needed to complete, I used my name, Raquel. And from then on, I was just like, you know what? This isn't so bad. And then my mom reminded me that when I was a kid, she used to call me Rocky. And I was like, Rocky. Okay, I can live with that. And so this is why I'm Rocky, and I always say that I'm Rocky with an I and not Rocky with a Y. Because, Rocky like the boxer? No.
I love that movie.
I'm not saying that it's not a good movie. I'm just saying that I'm Rocky with an I and not Rocky with a Y.
Why? And now you know.
And now you know. You have probably about 2 minutes.
Would you wash with snail slime soap?
No. That's my answer.
Foamy slime bubbles into Damien Roche's hand as he lightly rubs one of the thousands of snails he keeps in an enclosure in his backyard. The 20-year-old French artisan began using the gastropod fluid to make soap bars, which he sells in local markets in December. I challenge if he's actually even sold one. It's all in the dexterity of how you tickle. You tickle? Where is this article going? Holy cow, I should have read this first. Dorscher said he has extracted the slime, noting that the process does not kill the animals. I only touch it with my fingers and see it's not violent. It's simple. A former Air Force computer technician, Dorscher, decided to start farming snails in the northern French town of Wallengales as a form of returning to nature. Once you observe and see how snails behave, they're actually very endearing. And it's really an animal that I love. I can love a slug. I don't think I could love a snail. And I do that only to
actually
get a rise
do
out
love
of
a
one
slug.
person. Yes, that's why I did it. He has raised a total of 60,000 snails. His neighbors must love him as they enter their reproductive season. Oh, that paints another picture in my head. Snaily style. Most are transferred to a large site, while around 4,000 are kept in an enclosure at his home to harvest the slime. A single snail will yield 2 grams of slime, meaning he needs around 40 snails to produce 80 grams, enough to manufacture 15 100-gram soap bars. We need quite a lot of snails. Although quite uncommon in Western cosmetics, snail mucus has become a more common ingredient elsewhere, including in Korean beauty products, noted for its anti-aging properties. Sure, said slime contain molecules of collagen and elastin. I am so glad I'm born a man. I don't need to deal with this. Which have anti-aging and skin healing properties. Snails are also naturally use their slime to repair their shells if damaged, he said. Yeah, this keeps on going on and on. And it just gets weirdly kinky. I have questions.
We're almost approaching the end of the show. Now, I am all for trying natural beauty products, but I don't know if I'm at slime level yet. But anyway, this is the end of our show. We want to thank Andy Coppens and Pat Oney for letting us fill in for them. We really appreciate that you're tagging along with us, and we hope that everybody has a great night. Damn it, Fish!
Did you get it?
I think I did. Hopefully the damn it fish. Hopefully the damn it fish was there.
That's what I was hoping for. I'm like, just get it at right at the wire, just as we go out. Ring, ring, damn it!
Hopefully Dylan just keeps running with it and gives us more. This saga needs to continue.
Oh, we've been talking about it like all week. I'm like, ooh, what else can we do? We could do that. This would be funny if we do this.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. All right, folks, we're going to cut this short because I have to get this ready for one Ron Phillips. But we will have a show on Saturday, so please make sure that you tune in. Are we going to do video for Saturday's show?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, no problem. All right,
depends
folks.
What hotel we're in.
Well, it depends.
Well,
yes.
Me.
If you have good proper signal, then we should be okay. If not, then we'll have to apologize profusely to our viewing audience again. That you're in a crappy hotel.
Sorry, people.
That's okay. We still do it with love. We want to thank you, everybody, for coming along. Have a great night, and we will see you, hopefully, on Saturday. Bye.
Live long and prosper.
There you go. You got it right.